Hey, local swell trackers, it is Thursday the 9th, and I'm backing at it. And we're going to start here with the South Pack. You see this guy right here? Well, this is for today. That is a very big storm, and it was going to be producing some waves for next Tuesday, Wednesday. And it is just game on from down under. We have 5 separate swells in this report alone. So from the swell production area, of course, down here in the South Pack really kicked in June 1st. Is going to keep us riding waves all the way towards the end of the month. But take a look at that storm, man. There are some 40-foot seas in that be. Tahiti right here, French Polynesia, going to get very big. The America, Mexico, California, ton of waves from this culprit. But I got ahead of myself. What's filling in today? You see this fetch of winds down here? This is Wednesday, June 1st. This is when it all starts kicking in here. Moving forward, the animations a little bit, you can see just an ongoing long fetch of a northeast tilt. That's a meridional flow. When it goes west to east, it's zonal, and that doesn't get a fetch pointing it up our way. Now, this isn't totally ideal. It could be a little bit more northerly tilted, but this is still going to be plenty good. And we've seen waves building with long periods, 18 to 20 seconds today, Thursday. It was 2 feet in the morning. Everybody was shocked. Everybody was out there trying to get ready. But as I said earlier, it's only going to be about 3 feet in the afternoon. That's about what we're seeing, but it's definitely kicking in solid 3 feet now and fat lines from this guy right here. Thursday, the 2nd. And starting in the animations, you can see, again, another support of that fetch. Let me get back to this portion right here. Now, this is Friday. Now, we'll be seeing this one over the weekend. So this is a 1-2 pulse. And then that first storm that I showed you is going to be the third pulse for Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's some winds. Again, they're pointing to our east. A lot of the energy is, but these fetches are so long and so wide that we'll be seeing some of it hit us directly, and some of it will be sideband swell. Again, starting in the animations for Friday, and then you see this, that was for Saturday and Sunday. That is a big storm, and with a look at that on its northwest flank, about 900 miles long, and about how wide? So again, that guy's potentially, Wave Watch 3 buoy forecasts are showing up to 5 foot of open ocean swell on Sunday at 16 seconds. I'll tell you right now, that's enough for 8 feet at select spots. But I don't want to overcall it. But just a heads up, it is possible. But I'd like to claim 5 to 7 feet for the top reefs, with most spots being in the 5 foot range. And this is the guy right here, that fetch. Starting in the animation again, see how long that thing lasted? Then we had this storm start to spin under French Polynesia. Tahiti's just going to be giant. If it doesn't get 20 feet out of this, we're going to see some epic waves. Take a look at that long fetch. Now, this one pointed directly up our way. That's why this event's going to be super long. Now, this guy keeps spinning right here, and we actually get reinforcement. Take a look at that. Now, that is going to be potentially up to 5 feet, even though Wave Watch 3 is only calling for 3 feet 20 seconds out of this. That's just such a beauty here with these surface winds. I'm going to go ahead and claim 5 feet out of that Tuesday, Wednesday. Continuing in the animations, there you go. So again, this is all hindcasting. There's the fetch starts June 1st. There's the 1, 2, and then 3 pulse right there before your eyes. Bringing the animations current as to when we first kicked off the animation. I'll show you what happens here. That guy moves off to the east, and then we go quiet for a little while. But again, these take about 4 to 6, 7 days to get up our way, depending on if they're way southeast of New Zealand. Then that's about a 7-day travel time. But these ones under French Polynesia, and the ones that get north of New Zealand, can get up here as early as, the forerunners can get up here as early as 5 days ahead. So take a look. Underneath Australia, see this guy? Well, it's moving towards the Tasman. Ton of stormy area and very powerful. And yes, they're super zonal, but look at how much storm activity is down there here towards the middle of June. These winds are really powerful. And even though it's moving zonal, it does finally get a bit of a east-northeast tilt late Thursday, June 16th. And some of the seas in this are 45 feet. This is a very big swell, and Tahiti is going to get giant. Of course, Fiji is going to get some of this too. They're going to finish off the Fiji Pro with serious-sized surf. Right now, the Wave Watch 3 buoy forecast on this guy right here are forecasting 4 feet 20 seconds Wednesday the 22nd. We'll see if that comes true. This is long range, so the confidence is lower on this. But it's definitely feeling like El Nino down under here, still feeling the effects of that, although up in the northern hemisphere, we're solidly in La Nina. Okay, now let's take a peek of what has happened. Hindcasting, thanks to Market Storm Surf. For the models, we're looking at this little fetch right here. This is Thursday, June 2nd. We saw a little north-northwest swell. Country's been rideable. This is the culprit for that, the start of a north-northwest swell. And then you can see some lines starting to shape up out here for that northeast swell that we've been seeing. And we're still seeing it. As late as today, it's been 3 feet at Laniakea, and lots of fun, all thanks to that. You can barely see these 9-second periods due to the fact that these are, basically just trade winds, upstream trade winds driven swell, but enough to wrap around to select reefs on the North Shore, get camis going, Laniakea. Even Chun's was going decently on when the swell was more north-northwest, and even Sunset. But the more east-northeast the trade wind wrap, the less it gets into Sunset. Continuing on the animation, so we can see some stuff starting to form out here to the northwest. None of that's going to get us above 2 feet, but right now models are projecting Monday the 13th will have about 10 seconds worth of northwest swell, 10-second periods, maybe 2 feet Monday, Tuesday here upcoming. Okay, bringing the animations current. This is the guy that, again, will bring us up for Monday. Just making it rideable, but again, the southern shores are going to be so happening. We'll see a lot of the country guys heading south, I'm sure. So you can see there's some storminess forming out here to the west, but none of it's pointing our way. And if you look off here to the windward side, you can see a lot of the winds are up. Some low pressures off California, and the trade wind swells are going to be cranking next week. Trade winds are going to be fresh paced. They'll lighten up just a pinch, but this high pressure north of the state creating moderate to breezy trade wind flows all the way through Friday. They may ease slightly Saturday through Sunday, but re-strengthen locally much of next week. And again, that wind swell could get up to 4 feet if the upstream winds bring some 9-second periods. There is an upper level disturbance passing overhead, thus the cloudier conditions in the morning rain. Okay, the jet stream, you can see some trophiness here. High pressures in the blue. That 1031 millibar high pressure is fairly stable right now. We'll get pushed a little bit to the east. It's about 1,100 miles north of Honolulu. I'll get to that in a second. But the jet stream, enough to actually keep the North Shore rideable. It does quiet down in the future, but that's to be expected right now. And down under, you can see it goes quiet here for a few days, and then the jet stream starts to strengthen under Australia through the Taz, and then this is that long range. Well, the models go a little sketchy here, but again, a very zonal flow, but towards the end of the forecast period, you saw that one storm that's going to be bringing up some serious sized waves for Wednesday the 22nd at this point. The hand-drawn surface charts, there's that big high I was telling you about. A little bit of upper level disturbance, not really seeing those in hand-drawn charts. A little bit of a front that's not expected to cause much havoc. There's that big broad low up there that will pump us up a little bit on Monday, Tuesday for the country. And that high pressure is going to be moving back in, reestablishing the trades for all next week. The enhanced cloud and showers, definitely, though, we're going to be seeing some of that even next week. You can see the stable atmosphere in the upper regions, and as we drill down, you can see the clouds quite a bit broken to overcast, rain. The upper level trough in the region is the cause of it, and we'll see about on and off weather through the weekend. You can see quite a bit of rain actually getting over into the leeward coast, and quite a bit of rain here for Oahu here this afternoon. And again, that will be on and off, clearing up for the weekend, and then more weather next week with another breezy spell of trade winds and trade wind swells. Highs are going to be about mid-80s, lows about 70. You can see that the storm activity down under is much going on there than it is in the North Pac. There's this spinner for Tuesday, Wednesday, south, straight south to south-southeast swell, and that big high pressure spinning counterclockwise. It helps the pressure gradient between the low to its southeast, and a fetch does develop there for some fun overlapping waves Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. And the northern hemisphere, mostly it's the high pressure spinning clockwise, leading up to trade winds. And then that low up here by the Aleutians is the guy for the maybe 2-foot swell on Monday. And that's the local swell tracker. We'll be back next weekend. Aloha. Happy surfing.